Now what we gonna call this one? Maybe? We'll see. Wait me. So when, yeah, I think that's the name of the segment. When bro or when Bossman rambling on, just a whole of it. Now, I have a cousin where me and her always reason about a lot of things. About I have another acronym. We reason a lot about bars. Let me explain what that means. So about that. So plenty of time we find ourselves a reason about that. And a lot of times, I mean, a lot of the things that I have said here on every platform, once it's Bossman Digital Media, is that you carry a cane, which is commitments and no excuses, right? You do your best not to meet, which is make all the excuses, right? You honor your commitments, yeah. You honor the name, right? Honor the name, which is not about making excuses. So, you know, just an ongoing theme of understanding that it's not easy to do, understanding that it is tough to do every day. You're gonna have some things where you go through where, you know, you're all about battle sickness and, you know, you fight fatigue, you fight the I don't even want to say the loss of motivation, right? But it's just the wear and tear of being on the journey. Yeah, like every day. Sometimes the motivation and the inspiration is not there. Sometimes the battery, the charge just run low. So sometimes you have to remind yourself, give yourself reminders like, what may I do this for? Right? But let me not get sidetracked. Now in the midst of holding a midst and talking about that, yeah, me and my cousin, and she know herself, right? Let's call her D, or even Debs, right? But the idea a lot of times, or the sentiment that is often repeated when we talk is, and I'm going to read something that she type out to me, because this just came from a conversation we had, and she wrote, because yeah, see, I'm not joking, right? Like there it is, yeah. So just giving you an idea. So I'm reading from that. So she says, I don't want it to look up for it. So yeah. So she says, agree 100, right? Success comes from hard work and discipline. Some people want you to hand them joy, success, and financial stability. You can't buy them in a store. I know, funny story, I don't remember if I said something similar to that, but I remember saying something that I want to actually, I don't know if I will be able to put it on the board. I might just rub this out and do that. But anyway, if you knew the upfront cost for success, you wouldn't want it. And in fact, because, you know, I grew up playing video games. And the one type of video game I never got into, I like the stories of them, but I could never play them very well. I was never good at them. The JRPG genre. You see that one? The Secret of Mana, the Chrono Trigger, the Legend of Dragoon, the Final Fantasy. You see them there? I couldn't play them. There's a reason why I bring it up though. If you notice how the boss fights are designed, they never give you a health bar. You know, like knowing how much HP the boss has, they don't tell you. You just have to fight until the boss is dead. You just have to keep fighting until the boss dies. Enough time, you almost beat the boss. And then what you do? Regen. And them life just go back to full health. So, the 2 hours that you spent fighting them for, you have another 2 hours to go. Now, if that is not the definition of success, I don't know what is. Because if you had known that you had to endure that in order to beat the boss, you wouldn't bother. You would not bother doing that. You know, so that's the video game analogy of it all. Meaning, if you understood, if you knew how much suffering you had to endure in order to be successful, you wouldn't want it. If you did go into the store and you say, yo, all the success I want in the world as an item on the shelf, and you say, you just call to one of the floor manager them and say, how much for this? And as a matter of fact, I think RDC World did something similar, right? There is if RPGs were fights in real life, and I can't remember the what name again? The one that remind everybody of Kevin Hart and Sue Surf, like him. Him know himself. So basically, I don't even want to spoil it, but if you've seen the video, right? It's like they literally punch each other, right? And they play and have sound effects like an RPG. And every time you lose or you die, the person just disappear and all them clothes drop, right? So you just be able to, oh, I got the J's. Like, you just pick up the man's shoes and pick up his jacket and him just, yeah man, we beat him, we get that. And then him just continue. So, him get to, like him get into another altercation with somebody else. When he look on him HP stats, he's like, yo, hey, yeah, who is this guy? When him look, I go show you what the man HP stats was. So let us say this is my health bar, right? I'm going to take this amount of damage and this is what I have left in the health. Yeah? So, let's look at the boss. That is what came up over the boss's health bar. You have no idea where it In other words, there's no end. There's no end. In other words, the man life bar might very well be off the screen. You don't know. That is an idea of what success is. You don't know the upfront cost of it. You don't know. You really don't. You genuinely do not know. You don't. Let me straighten that. So yeah, so video game analogy and the store analogy, right? If success was an item on the shelf, you couldn't buy it because it cost too much. Whole heap of pain, whole heap of heartbreak, whole heap of betrayal, whole heap of, self-doubt. And a lot of times it's cliche, but the biggest battle you have is with yourself. You have to have a discipline to say, you have to fight your urge to quit. You have to fight that every single day. Because quitting is the easiest thing to do. Giving up is very, very easy. Easy. Anybody can just flick down the controller and say, oh, we're done. I'm not play this game no more. Done. Done this up. I'm not load no more save states. None of that. I'm done. I'm not do this. Rage quit. Yeah? And we all know what rage quitting is. So, I guess the moral of the story is, sometimes the very people in your life help you to make content like this. So, I'm going to big up my cousin for this one. Because even though, some of these analogies may be lost on a few people that are not familiar with whether it is video game analogies, at the very least, you do understand the whole thing about going into the store. That might be the price tag. This is the price tag you will see on the store. Question mark, question mark, question mark. What is that? They purposely put that there. Why? Because if they put the real price on the tag, you would have said, it's alright, I don't want that. That's what. Let me change this. See? Yeah. So that's the price tag for success. Yeah. And there's even a mathematical definition too. You might divide it by 0. It's an endless war, it's an endless struggle, it's undefined. Yeah? So, yeah, and then also there's the idea of people want you to hand them joy, success, and financial stability. You know what that come back to? It come back to something that I said before. I think I have an image of it that a sister of mine made. By the way, Shauna's Digital Print Media, I am going to honor my commitments, yeah, and push that brand a lot more because she does a lot of good work. I really appreciate everything that she does. So, yeah, this even though me a whole mates, I need to big up the people that really contribute to me going forward, because no man is an island, can't do this by myself. I can draw these on the whiteboard, but in terms of putting it in digital form like that, yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something that. But people want you to hand it to them. They know I work for you. In other words, everyone wants, but no one wants to work. You understand? So everybody think that a good marriage or a good, family home, all of that is going to come from just because you want it. Just because, oh well, I want it bad enough, or I think about it all the time. So because I think about it all the time, I'll get it. You have to work. And because guess what? Even music is like that. And trust me, that you know me and that. Yeah? You can be on the charts for maybe 5 weeks. And literally, your placement on that chart is highly dependent on, the availability of other people in the industry that may knock you off. They might knock you off the number one spot. So you have to keep working to maintain that number one. You're not going to be there every week. So if it's like that for the music industry, it has to be like that in real life. You have to fight for your number one. Whatever your number one is, whether it is your career, your business, your partner, whoever it is, whatever it is. If you want to be number one, or at least leading, because remember, everybody's definition of success is different. So if you want to be winning, you have to fight for that. You have to fight for it. It's not going to be handed to you. It's not going to walk over to you and say, here I am. Here you go. Because you want it, you will have it. No. You have to work. The work have to put in. So even if I feel like crapping in the morning, I still have to get up, come over here, sit down and hold a minute. Right? Just hold a minute and say, yo, you know what? Yeah. Just keep it real with everybody, and because that's the thing, one thing I strive for is authenticity and originality. You see me, I like to be original in everything I do. Right? I like to be original. So even if I do a video and it starts off a certain way and I think, okay, I should have cut it off at this point, but that's what we're doing. That's all I meant. So now that I've exhausted all of my points, I'd like to thank you for watching. I will put this on WhatsApp channel, TikTok. I've been absent. I've been AWOL from TikTok for a little while. So I am going to do this. We just did that. And this was me rambling on about this, and how if you didn't know what the real cost of it was, you wouldn't bother want it. Trust me, you don't want it. And believe me, even the woman of your dreams is like that too. If you didn't know what it takes to keep her, you probably wouldn't want it. Yeah? So that's the difference between the people you keep and the people you delete. Yeah? That's it. That's it.